Welcome back. Career and Technical Education, or CTE, prepares youth and adults for a wide range of high-wage, high-skill, high-demand careers. Here in the South Bronx, the Bronx Design and Construction Academy gives students in the poorest congressional district an opportunity to learn and thrive in different trades. Joining us now to discuss our founding partners of Bronx Design and Construction Academy, Jeffrey Smalls and Dwayne C. Sampson. Welcome. Thank you both for joining us today, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
To start, just for people who are not familiar, can you tell us about Bronx Design and Construction Academy, your partnership at the school, and the vocational programs available there?
Sure. My partnership at the school is co-founder. Myself and Dwayne founded the school. And, over the past 10 years, we've been working closely with the building and to make sure that the building trades remain in that building. Bronx Design is the last school in New York City that teaches carpentry, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, and architectural design under one roof. So it's a fantastic program that's there, that exists in the South Bronx, and we definitely want to get the word out to parents and prospective students to make sure that they know what's available at that location.
And Mr. Sampson, what kind of jobs do youth get after graduation from Bronx Design and Construction Academy?
Well, Sonyi, I'm glad you asked that question. The jobs are tremendous coming out of that school, Bronx Design and Construction Academy, with a trade. Typically, we develop internships, the juniors and senior years in high school, with the MTA, Con Edison, unions like Local 3. And what happens is these employers want to hire the youngsters that have the skill sets coming right out. Many of them go in as apprentice, and they do their journeyman levels, and they have good salaries within 3 to 5 years. Tremendous opportunity. Students get 600 hours of trade instruction. So that's a big benefit to the employer, knowing that they're bringing in employees that know a little bit about what they're doing.
Right. Thank you so much. Mr. Smalls, recently BXDCA held a protest rally in order to keep plumbing, an essential program, active at the school. Can you share why it's important to continue to fight for these programs and just about your goal to motivate and believe in the skills of the youth here in the Bronx?
Sure. Well, I'm a third-generation contractor. My grandfather was a licensed plumber in Brooklyn. My father followed his footsteps and got licensed and started his own company in Park Slope, Brooklyn. And when I went to apply for high school, I wanted to be a plumber as well. And the closest school that taught plumbing in the 5 boroughs was at Alfred E. Smith's campus way back when. So I'm really passionate about plumbing. I think it's an excellent trade. For those who don't know, the prevailing wage, what the New York City has regulates to make sure that every journey person on the site makes for plumbers is actually $70.35 an hour. Wow. So I think a lot of what we see in the industry is we see people coming from the suburbs and coming into the inner city, and we just wanted to make sure that the students that go to that school have an opportunity to learn that craft and use the skills that they learn at BX Design Construction Academy to make sure that they can make a very good living for themselves and their family. And I've seen that a lot of students have came back and told us how they're helping out with their households, and they're actually helping their parents out with some of the expenses of running a household. And it really is changing their trajectory as a family. When having these skills and being able to earn money as soon as you graduate high school is something that I'm passionate about, and that's what I did. And I want to make sure other students that go to the school have the same opportunity.
Absolutely. And when we talk about the unemployment rates here in the Bronx in particular, how high those rates are due to COVID-19, a lot of these students coming straight out of high school have that opportunity to help their parents, reach the next level and elevate their income at a young age. Full disclosure, I went to Alfred E. Smith High School. I graduated in 2010. I am a proud alumni of Alfred E. Smith. I studied architectural drafting there, and I learned a lot from teachers like Mr. Lopez, Mr. Castillo, a lot of amazing, amazing teachers there. And of course, obviously, I didn't continue to pursue architectural drafting, but I learned so much. And I know that both you, Mr. Smalls and Mr. Sampson, also offer students the opportunity to work with you in your businesses as well. Can you tell me more about each of your backgrounds as
Sure.
well?
Well, I can start with Smalls Electrical is the name of my company. Since I didn't learn plumbing in high school, I learned electrical in William E. Grady. So I opened up my electrical contracting company. And over the past really 20 years, I've been going back to that campus and hiring graduates from that program because they have the theory behind it and they have the practical experience as well. So combining those two together really makes them dynamic entry-level people. So I bring them in and hire them as CAD operators or project managers, or bring them in and train them estimating. And if they want to go into the field, they have to go through the union, but we hire from the school directly into the office. And that's something that I've been doing for the last 20 years as a company.
I'd like to add that Dwayne Sampson Transportation Diversity Council is my organization that supports the school. TDC, as we're known as, provides jobs through our members and associations. We have a wealth of organizations, some of the top in construction, transportation, and certainly Jeff is one of those companies as well. So we believe that with that network, our student graduates can go into just about any field in the transportation or construction industry. They just have to be motivated. We've sent 2 alumni resumes out to a major bus manufacturing plant that's building electrical buses. That's one opportunity. We place youngsters in Virginia from the school to work on track safety and track redevelopment projects, and countless other jobs that the MTA, we had reestablished the student internship program at the MTA, where these youngsters are elevator, escalator repair, facilities, maintenance personnel. These are good jobs with a lot of opportunities to support their families.
Right. Thank you both for sharing more about that. Now, with the school year fastly approaching, a lot of things are going to change due to COVID-19. How will the programs continue to operate? There's a lot of hands-on program and education going on at BXDCA. Is anything changing at the school?
They're still going through the planning process to see exactly how it's going to look on day one. But I can say the shops right now, they're set up where there's very big rooms. So the students can, socially distance without a problem too much as far as dealing with the shops. They have separate booths and, they can definitely stay 6 feet apart. So I think keeping that going is going to be important, and it engages the students as well. Most students come to the school because they like the trades, and some of them actually love the trades. So just having an opportunity to have those 3 hours a day to go into the shop and work with their hands and learn something new is something that really keeps the students engaged. And a lot of them said that they miss that as well. So we want to make sure that they won't miss it coming, later on this month, and that we'll have that opportunity. So, because really, once you learn to work with your hands, that's something that's transferable anywhere in the world. So that's the beauty about a trade. A trade, construction as an industry, it doesn't matter who you know or what your resume says about you. It's, can you get the job done? Do you have the skill? And these students are being taught the theory end and the practical. And they're going to be leaps and bounds ahead of the average graduate out of high school. So we encourage people who are interested in school to send their young men and young ladies to the school. And ideally, they would be on grade level as well, because we not only require the high school grade level, we also add the 3 hours a day, three periods a day of shop. So it's important that they come into the school on grade level, because that allowed them to graduate on time and really go straight into the trades and start their careers.
Right. I definitely wanted to highlight that aside from learning a trade, students also have academics to fulfill. So there's like this extra hours that they have to put into the trades as well. No, there's a common misconception that trade schools are easier than regular academic schools, but that's not the case. These students have to put in work in math, English, all of these other studies, as well as fulfilling that trade as well.
Yes, they must meet the requirements of a Regents diploma, and to get a CTE, Korean Technical Education endorsed diploma, from the state, they must meet the requirements for the approved program. Very demanding. But that's not to say that demanding is an obstacle for our youngsters. They're very motivated. They're passionate about their trade. At Bronx Design, we have a large group of students with the, I would say, they disabled in education, and they need support and support services. Over the years, we have done well with that particular student population because of the trade. And so we've enhanced youngsters' lives even further.
Thank you, Mr. Sampson, Mr. Smalls. Before we go, how can parents, students, anyone who's interested in the school find out more about the school?
Oh, well, I would say that it's the normal high school process. So, you know, they can go online and look up Bronx Design and Construction Academy. We would like for them to come out to the open house as well. You know, we're going to have more people at the school fairs, the high school fairs and stuff like that. But when there is an opportunity to come visit the school, we strongly encourage that. They'll be able to see the full-scale house that's being done, being built by the current students. And that's something that's really going to make sure that they understand what the potential is for the graduate once they leave Bronx Design and Construction Academy. So definitely.
I'll be there. Please send me the invitation to the building of the house in the school as well. I'll be there. Thank you again for advocating for a career in technical education in our borough.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in, folks. We'll be right back.